When you join this choir, you realise the quality of it. There's no substitute for hearing the sound, and when you do, it'll probably blow your socks off.
I love singing with other people that enjoy singing, and I think it's that feeling and the sound of making amazing harmonies is just, for me, something that I can't quite match doing anything else.
I have been particularly struck by the incredible enthusiasm of the singers. These are people who come from jobs in the city, they come from teaching. At the end of a busy day, they then spend 2 hours making music, and they give as much to that, if not more, as they give to their daily jobs. And that is a remarkable thing.
I never regret coming. You know, Monday evening I think, oh blimey, it's raining, it's dark, it's cold, I've got to get on the tube. And then I leave at the end of the evening just
I think the particular joy and privilege of singing in an amateur choir is that we're immersed in a piece of music for weeks on end. And when we get to concert day, coming together with a professional orchestra and professional soloists on the day, it's just hugely exciting.
We've just celebrated our 60th birthday, which is a fantastic achievement. It will be only 3 conductors in that time who've been at the helm for the City of London Choir. Donald Cashmore was the founder of the City of London Choir. Hilary Daven-Wetton then took over from him in 1989, and he retired from the choir in the summer of 2023.
I think 34 years is enough, and I think choirs do need the refreshment of a different approach, on a regular basis. But I also feel quite a lot of pride, to be honest, because this is the sound I have taken part in creating over a long period of time, and it is the sound I recognise as being the sound I wanted. The truth is the choir has got consistently better over time, and the great thing is we've been able to recruit a lot of younger members, which is not easy to do in the current scene in amateur choirs.
We've just been through a long and extensive recruitment process and very excited at the end of that to appoint Daniel Hyde as the choir's new music director. Dan's Director of Music at King's College, Cambridge, and that's a very exciting moment for the choir.
I'm delighted to be taking this on. I was invited to work with the choir to do a Brahms Requiem and so much enjoyed it. We had a couple of rehearsals and then quite a long break before I came back a few weeks before the concert. And my real impression was formed in the time in between when I hadn't seen them for a couple of months, just how much work had been done, how flexible the choir was, how musically responsive I found them, and also just a lovely group of people who were there because they wanted to be there and to make it as good as they could.
I did a lot of singing at university and moved to London in 2016 and wanted a choir to join, somewhere that would allow me to do some challenging pieces and sing with lots of people, and a mix of people with a mix of ages and some people my own age as well.
I really wanted a fun but also good choir to join that sung a diverse repertoire but in really amazing spaces. And after some Googling, I found CLC and I've never looked back.
It's a real mix, really quite eclectic actually. People with my own sort of city background, but also a lot of creative people, a lot of young people coming through the city. And so it's quite a fluid choir, lots of people coming in and out all the time, and that makes it really attractive.
I think right back from when I first joined right up to now, but the age of the choir has stayed young and vital, and that keeps us on our toes.
Just the music that we sing and coming together, and the standard that we sing at, and the difficulty of the music we sing, it's something that I really, really enjoy doing. I've always wanted to sing at places like the Royal Albert Hall, South Bank Centre and places like that when I was growing up, and the choir's made my dreams come true and made that happen for me.
The feel of the choir is still very welcoming, very warm, very engaging and fun.
We rehearse once a week on a Monday night in the city, and that's generally the commitment. We also require our members to audition and then periodically to re-audition every 3 years or so.
I guess at our largest we get to over 100 singers, so we have a pool of active members that can support those larger concerts, which are in the largest auditoriums in London with large symphony orchestras. But then we go right down to, smaller chamber choir type dimensions.
We have a particularly close relationship with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, the London Mozart players, Baroque groups like the Hanover Band.
We're lucky enough to perform in some of the most wonderful locations, particularly in London. That ranges from the Barbican to the 4L Festival Hall. We're often at the Royal Albert Hall, but then we're also performers at a lot of the city churches, for example. So it really depends on the scale and size of the work and the people that we're performing with.
We work with leading professional soloists. Rachel Nichols is our vocal coach. Roddy Williams is an old friend of the choirs and we perform often with him.
Hilary brought me on board to sing solos first of all, but then he invited me to take part in one of the choir weekend aways. He asked me to come along to work with the choir in small ensembles, and it was wonderful to work with a choir made up of intelligent singers so that they could pick up ideas, sort of slightly out of the box ideas, and really run with them.
I've got out some of the most amazing musical experiences I've ever had, incredible emotional experiences.
I would say come along and audition, maybe practice your sight singing first, but definitely come try us out because it's a really super welcoming place to be and we just do really great music and really great venues.
It's a wonderful thing, even on a wet, miserable Monday night in November, to be able to just escape for a couple of hours with people who have a similar feeling of joy at what we're doing. And it's amazing how you put your troubles behind you just for those couple of hours.